What we have here today, besides dogs and cats fighting, is a double air conditioning day. When we got the Honda here, 07 Odyssey, air didn't work. They didn't have any in it, and the original owner said that the dealer wanted a massive amount to fix it. I did notice they put some dye in the system. I noticed that when at his house when I was putting an alternator on this so I can get it to the house. For everything else happened with the ABS and VTEC. There's a spider crawling on me. There was really nothing in the system, but I did notice dye dripping out when I pulled the connections loose. Right there. So, right now I'm pulling a vacuum on it. It's a question. I'm going to talk about something in just a minute, but let's talk about this one here. That's another one of my kids that was scheduled for them to come here after church, and we put about half a can in it, and they're good to go now. Well, we're going to change the oil here after I figure out how much refrigerant I need for this one. Well, the reason why I paused for a minute, how do you like that front end? It looks good, doesn't it? Well, she hit somebody, and I was crumbled up some. So I fixed all that, but I pressurized the system with 150-pound air to check because we had some impact. There's one right there. Maybe y'all can see that. Some impact on the condenser. So I let it sit with 150-pound air, and it didn't do anything. Now I know that's not 3 to 350 where this thing's probably going to sit on a good hot summer day, but I'm going to pull some vacuum on it and just see if it holds. I'll waste 30 bucks a Freon to get this thing up and rolling and get her her and a little girl some air conditioning, because I'm still getting over my injuries and I really can't get under this with my dial light and all that. So I didn't want to immediately waste within 24 hours, you know, probably close to 2.5 pounds of refrigerant. I'd rather it lasts at least a month so I can get under this. So this is just a super quick video of what I'm doing. Oh, I hit the other rib. But right now, she's pulling down good. So what we're gonna do is, might get some flack, but this is just what I do, especially if I'm gonna fix something later, situation like this one. I'm gonna pull it down, let it with a vacuum on it for 30 minutes. Then I'm gonna isolate it and see how it holds that vacuum. The new ways nowadays is put pressure, and I brought that up in the 90s about putting pressure on these because that's what they see is pressure, not vacuum. But vacuum's more abundance, and it puts less moisture into the desiccant on this here, desiccant bag, receiver dryer, whatever you want to call it. So, and this also flashes it out. So, well, to a point. So, I know it's quick about that, but hey, it is what it is. So we're going to go this route, and give me a few minutes, and we'll let this thing hold under a vacuum. And see if, put it under a vacuum for 30 minutes, and let's see if it holds it. If that does not drop any within 30 minutes, once I turn it off and isolate it, then I'm going to add. That'll get her by for a little bit. So, and it lets us know if the cooling capacity can handle it, because it should from the factory, but you know, we haven't been able to run the air or the defrost, so therefore not the compressor. So therefore we have not been bumping up high side pressure. So therefore, since the condenser sits in front of the radiator, we do not know what's going to happen. Unlike my wonderful Dodge Ram out there, that's the radiator, the condenser's off to the side, so it does not affect temperature to a degree. So give me a few minutes and we'll get back on this. All right, 0 minus 30. Let's give it 30 minutes. Well, it's been 30 minutes. And it's doing good on the vacuum, but we'll see what happens under pressure. And if any of y'all people know the reason why, you know, you do a vacuum for the desiccant bag, and it is a good way to check for positive sealing, but also system response. Hoses on fittings respond differently from vacuum and pressure. So we'll find out when we get some pressure on this. So give me a minute and we'll goose this thing up. Man, I know y'all distance away. I got to get my camera out of the sun because it'll shut off like in 10 minutes and I won't know it. So still good there. So we're going to go ahead and base charge it. just to get her going. And let me see how much this thing holds, because it's got front and rear heat. And I can't see that. Oh, that hurt. If this is correct for front and rear, it's saying 26.5 ounces. So, these are 12-ounce cans. Two's 24, right? So even if these were completely full, we're not going to use all of it. So this will put it just right below. So actually, this is probably only half. So we're probably going to need to pick up another can to make it right. But let's just see if the system even works. And with the engine off, I'm doing it so I can hear if anything just blows out somewhere. The high side's going up. You notice I'm shaking it. You want to do it with the cans kind of warm. That's why I was leaving them in the sun. Liquid's in the bottom. I don't think it's kicked on. Dump another can. Kick on by now. Clutch is not turning. I'm gonna make sure I got it on. I thought I did. Yep, turn it on. Something's still not happening. Trying to make sure any pressure in the transducer didn't get disconnected when we were putting all this back together. Alright, we're back. Got some diagrams, stuff. I'm going to check the basics, check the fuse, check the relay. So, let's do that. Never assume your test light works. Always test your test light. key on. It's 7.5 amp fuse right here. It's good. You can see it. Both sides. Alright. And of course you can't get your hands in there to get that relay out, so we'll get a screw wheel. There we go. So I'm just going to see if we got power where. Power right there. Alright. Now I'm going to start up, turn the AC on, and see if since I know this one's got power, I'm going to check these. Okay, that's got power, so I'm going to see if I get a ground control on that one. Just give me an idea what's going on. No ground yet, and this grounds through the compressor. Well, one would think that ground through the compressor. There's the dial across there. So. Alright. I have ground control to turn the relay on. It tells me it should be turning it on. The relay is clicking. Alright, let me short across those two. Probably might be a coil on the clutch. You know, I must make about 50 of these little shorting bars. Here, I just don't know what to do with them. Oh, put it on. I'm going to short directly across and try to turn this compressor on. Turning on means I'm exciting the field in the clutch. And it's not working. The problem is the clutch more than likely. I need to go down there and make sure it's not disconnected for any reason. So yeehaw. And I put on in, it's 2018, I think 2015, 2016, I put one on that Pilot. And bought it from Honda. Paid an arm and a leg for it. Because nobody else had it. Nobody can get me that right design for some stupid reason. So let y'all see, when I got this thing, only one was in there, and I removed it, and it broke when I was doing the alternator when I got the car. I just removed that one. I'm about to remove that one. But everything else was missing. Well, you know, to get that off right there, as you can tell, I broke every one, and I got the right tools. Every one of them broke. And those are Chinesium I got offline. because I know when I had to, you could see the remnants of the damage, and I fixed a lot on the front and straightened it all out. But I had to put on new clips under there because she was dragging bottom. She went into bottom feeder mode, so I replaced all those. But those they held, and they held really good. It's just that you can't reuse them, I guess. So that being said, let's get under here. See if I can give you a little insight. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, 0.5. So, that's the AC compressor. Clutch is on the front, and right up here, hope I can show you, is the wire right here. I already disconnected it, and it's just a single wire. It grounds to the compressor, so I'm going to validate I got power all the way down here, and it's a single wire, so I'm making a little connector to go in there and bring it on out, and we can look at that together. So give me a minute, let me fabricate a little bitty connector to go in there. This is running up there from the output of the relay going down to the compressor clutch. So this is grounded on the battery. I'll turn the, I can go ahead and start. I'll make sure nothing's hitting the, nothing's hitting anything. We can start it. Well, let's just see here. It's got power. Let me remove the short. This is removed. Well, the connector stayed in there. But anyway, I did one other thing. Let's watch this. Yank this off. And this is power. See? Sorry, power. I'm gonna put this on the coil. Hey, yeah. Oh yeah. Nope, no clutchy. Well, there's a problem. Needs a new clutch. So when I get a clutch, I'll get back with you. She's just gonna have to melt. And nothing I can do about that. Well, we're back. Had to wait a few days to get it, but we got it. But I also had to wait for me to heal up a little bit because, you know, those broke ribs, they gotta unbreak. And it's a little hard to get in there to do that. And I'm not wearing my boot right now. I got my Crocs on. I'm supposed to have my boot on, but I'm gonna destroy that boot doing this work. So just gotta be mindful, keep my foot as straight as possible. So, because this has got to happen because, you know, they're melting in there. But this is just a simple clutch kit. I hope it's right, which I hope it's right. It says it fitted, but you know how these Kung Pao chickens go. So, and 3-piece kit, coil, flywheel, pressure plate, however you want to see it. And this is that clutch material or something, I don't know. Yeah, it just got to work. So we'll go ahead and stab this on there. It's got some little new clips. Yeah, I got that white cat from the memes going on here. So give me a few minutes to jack this thing back up and get some access on this. So wore off some cats. Well, now we got the wheel off. The next step we're going to have to do is, well, the process is going to be jack it up, take the wheel off, take inner fender well off, take the belt off. Well, probably take the engine cover off, then take the belt off so we can access and spin the the clutch on the AC, and then replace it and reverse that. That's the process. Put it back together. So let me get this off, and I'll get y'all back in there when I go take the belt off. So give me a minute. Y'all see me take this off last time or something? I forgot. And I put all new clips back in it. So give me a minute. Well, we got the inner fender well off, so let's go ahead and you just turn these two little screws counterclockwise about 90 degrees. It pops right off. And it's got little clips to hold it. Little push rubber jobbers. So, feeling that, I'm gonna hurt you. I'll cut off your tail.
Well, then why? You just get him off, baby. It's not that.
And the little one's battling bugs. So, seems to be where I can't see from there. So what I did is I just did that, and I took my cheater bar and lightly put pressure on it. See that slowly coming down? You ain't got to pull. I mean, just put pressure on it, and it'll slowly collapse that shock. And you can get your hand up there and take it off take the belt off one of the idlers up there. So, voila. You can use a pole, oak handle broomstick, whatever. All right, now what's going to be a booger is now we got to take that center bolt out. And this thing spins. Feels really good. Anyway, we got to take that 10 mil off right there and hold this at the same time. I'm not going to care if I damage this or this because it's being replaced. But in case it's the wrong part, I do not want to damage it. So, hey. Oh, let's see here. And of course, they don't give you enough room because it's at an angle for you to get in there and hit that thing with an impact. But I'm going to try. The old-fashioned wobble out right here. Let's try that. So get in there. I think so. Got her. Barley. Now, this thing is shimmed. So I'm trying not to get in the other way, and I will tell you this is definitely easier. You definitely got more room for activities on this one than you do on the Pilot. I know the 05 Pilot because I replaced the one on that one. This piece is threaded, but I just don't see how I'm able to utilize snatching on it with a bolt. Wait a minute. Let me put a bolt in it, it might press it off. Duh. Let's try that. Let me go get a 8x125. Just a little bit of pressure. If you really got a grind on it, I'd really worry about you mushrooming the shaft with a bolt, retaining bolt. So if you have to get, get right with it, you might want to make sure you you chase it. And when you go to remove it, like I said, there could be some shims in there, so just be listening for shims falling. Sometimes they stay stuck to the end. See, right in there's the shims. Oh, sorry. Right in there's the shims. See them? Ta-da! Oop, there's another shim right there. And another shim. Woo! Okay, saved them all. Alright. And there's a little snap ring in there. See if I can position this a little better for you. Maybe do a zoom on you. Look at that. I'm gonna zoom her. Zoomer. There we go. Look at that. Look at that technology. So, of course, I can't see it very well. But no, can't that way. Can't get a straight enough shot here either. I need to get it over here. Just a little more movement. Trying. Oh, I'm trying to move it and I done got it off. Right there. Look at there. I got a new one, don't worry about it. I was trying to take it off the correct way, but sometimes it just don't work out that way. There we go. Got her. Alright, let's see if I can slide this assembly off here. Oh, great. Please just come off. That's all I ask, is just come off. Don't fight me too bad. Trying to wobble it back and forth to get it off. There we go. Walk her on off. Ouch. She looks a little toasty. A little toasty. Alright, and then inside there's another snapper ring. And of course, you know, you can't get your pliers in there to do it because it's almost straight up and down. Like I can't get these in there to do that. That ain't gonna happen. I might have to get a little medieval on his buttocks. Because those are on this side of it, is on this side of it right here. Let me get my finger up in here. On the side facing this direction is tapered, so it really bites in. So I'll get it off. I mean, it will come off. Okay, like I was telling y'all on the clip, it's got a little bevel right here. See, this side's flat, so that bevel when you open it up and stick it around there, it helps pull this in and lock it in. So, she's cooked. Yep. Cookie, cookie, cookie. Alright, I'll go ahead and slap the other one on. Don't want to waste my time. It was the same plug-in, I believe. Yeah, same plug-in. Pins in the same spot for the alignment. Yep. So far, so good. See, without making something elaborate, if I can measure that distance between here and here, and here, to get it really accurate, and I can tell you how much extra or subtraction from the amount of spacers that were in there, and I can dial it in where it was exactly. But that's going to be longer to set up something that accurate. So let's just go ahead and put this thing back together. And like I said, since these things are the it's just a reverse order of taking it off, I'm not going to film this part, and I need the space to move my arms and get this light and stuff in there, because you can see I done got the big light out, and I'm not going to be able to get the camera in there too. So we'll plop this thing back together, and then we'll go ahead and test it from there. Well, believe it or not, I use the exact same shims to start with that were in it, and it is perfect. Not rubbing, and it's like about 10 to 12 thousandths. So that's about where it was at. So I'm gonna leave that. Let me get this belt on. Let me fight with that, and then we can go ahead and test it as soon as I get that belt back on. So I'll give y'all birds, that way I'll show y'all how I'm doing this belt. Oh, jeez. Yeah, them ribs ain't done well. Oh, yeah. Then I'll put my... Oh, jeez. Slowly put pressure on it and just hold it, and it will slowly go down. It's all the way on the alternator. There we go. Alright. Loaded that up. Looks like it's on. Oh, jeez. Let me check the belt now. Belt alignment. That's on. That's on. That's on. That looks good. Any driving utensils?
I was going to say, do you have keys?
Yeah, right. I have to install it in a minute. Okay. Turn it back on auto. All right, it's turning on. So let me get the pressure straightened out. Yeah. Hear that fan kick on? See, look. There's the radiator leak. It's not leaking that bad at once. That came out when we jacked it up and tilted it. It came out of the tray on the bottom. So we are low with coolant. We got to watch that. It's probably due to the wreck that she was in. Recently we got side swapped. So we got to look at that. So let me go ahead and get some more refrigerant. Ambient temperature, 80 degrees. Yep. The whole daughter's like, yay, it worked. I'm sorry, y'all are not saying anything here. Alright, well, it's turned on as you can tell now. And we're going to be lower refrigerant. Well, we can pick up more. It's only $10 a can of water. I might have another can in there too. Oh, I meant to throw it in the back of the truck. It had swelled up, and I was getting it out of the car before it blew up. Yeah. Degrees out here, so, and that's the reason why I tell you I like to do it when they're hot outside, so you can get it just right. As we can tell, I mean, I got to pick up some more refrigerant. Well, I'm trying to get this can hot because there's just a scratch left in there. Pull that can all the way down. You can see it flashing off a little bit. You can see it even with the fan on the low side, high side pressure. It's too low. So, like I tell my kids, I don't fix air conditioning in the winter, but I want to, make sure it's working when it gets hot outside. We'll work on it when it gets hot so we can get the pressure dialed in just right. That's how I do it. I ain't got air in 2 years. Yeah, the problem's fixed. It was just a compressor clutch. So we know we got a leak because the system was empty when we picked it up. Because I had taken that line off to do the alternator. So it's got dye in the system. I don't feel like crawling and going all over the place because I still kept putting pressure on the rib cage. I can move around. That's why I'm really worried about when to go pull the injection pump off the bus on the Turbo Cummins. Because if you ever worked on a school bus, flat nose or any bus, you wish the engine was under a regular hood. Because you're up and down, back and forth, and trying to get around, get to the other side and get the seating away, it's a chore. So it's a lot of pressure on your chest because you're laying down. So I'm trying a few more days to get healed before we go yank that thing out. But we're good to go right now. We're just going to put some more in it, and we're just going to keep popping it off till we find the leak. And there you go. It was an easy fix. It's hard on me right now because of my conditions, but I probably could have done this in 30 minutes, where the pilot took about 2 hours to put it on. It took me probably 2 hours to do this because I can't move. But we're good. So please like, subscribe, share, and y'all have a blessed week.